And what's happening, guys? We are live here tonight on the Tech Talk Live with myself, the Captain Ron,
What's up,
and then we
guys?
also have some guest stars in the house. We've got some of the guys from SP Tools USA. We've got Mr. Lee Locklear, who is the CEO of SP Tools, and Mr. Jesse Matthews, who is the president of operations. Thank you guys for coming into the chat tonight. I appreciate you guys being here. How's things hanging?
Excellent. Thanks for having us. Been good.
Heck yeah. Waiting on some guys to roll in here. We've got a couple of people coming on into the stream. So if you guys haven't been paying attention to the channel, we've been doing a whole lot of tool things going on with a bunch of different companies lately, and one of them definitely would be SP Tools. It's one of the companies that not a whole lot of people have heard about over the last 6-8 months or so, but they're starting to come into the market. For you guys who are more in depth into the international tool scene, you'll know that SP Tools is a pretty big faction over in the UK, Australia especially. They're pretty much like what the SnapOn in the Americas are to Australia. So pretty big deal being able to have these guys start to bring their brand into the United States. So I'm going to have these guys here go into depth tonight a little bit more on who are SP Tools. Where did you guys come from? Where did this whole thing originate? And we'll go into a little bit more detail on the actual tools themselves as well. Hopefully get some information on that one. But first off, I want to hear about you guys and what your guys' history is, before you even came into SP Tools.
All right, I'll start. My background is both aftermarket and dealership technician. So I'm former GM certified technician, former Honda certified technician, ASE master technician. I worked as a service advisor, fixed ops director at a General Motors store. I've worked in the aftermarket as a service manager for companies like Bridgestone, Firestone. So automotive is pretty much all I've ever done. When I moved to the South, I'm originally from Baltimore. So when I moved to the South, I went to work for SnapOn shortly after I moved down here in the old tech rep program. So that would have been somewhere around 2003. So my responsibilities there were supporting the distributors and training customers on diagnostic equipment and other equipment sales like alignment machines, tire machines, balancers, that kind of thing. I left SnapOn, took a position of director of sales and marketing for Launch Tech USA. When I left Launch, I actually became a SnapOn Tools franchisee. Was a SnapOn Tools franchisee for several years, and then decided that's when I got involved with Texa. And in 2015, I became the main importer for the Texa product line for North America.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah. So
that's pretty good.
I've done a little bit in the automotive space.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I think he's rattled off like 13 companies here in the last 5 minutes of talking.
I also owned a shop. I forgot that because I needed something to
do. That too. We'll just throw that one in there.
So the cool part about that experience is it gives me a unique perspective when I'm working with customers. So when I started Cutting Edge, so Cutting Edge Automotive Solutions is the parent company to SP Tools USA. We are the importer. That is the business name of the company. So under Cutting Edge, we import Texa, SP Tools, Pinnacle, which is our undercar division, tire machine, alignment machines, balancers, that kind of thing. And then we also have Topped On, which is automotive diagnostics. So when I started the company, the idea and the goal was to make sure that we were giving customers the absolute best service that we could in the business. There's a lot of companies that sell products that they have to fit and try to make those products fit the customer's need. My approach was a little bit different. What I wanted to do was make sure that we had what I believed were the best products around. And we sell the customers what they need instead of what we want to sell. And that was, that's kind of how we fell into SP Tools as well. Jesse, you want to talk about your background?
Sure. So I don't have obviously as extensive background.
It's kind of hard to jump in after that one.
A little bit shorter of a story, but I'm actually Lee's son, for everyone that doesn't know that. I graduated from high school in 2009. Immediately following graduation, I enlisted in the U.S. Army, where I spent 6 years as a medic. 2011, I deployed to Iraq in support of Operation New Dawn, and 2013 deployed to Afghanistan in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. Immediately following my military service, I got out and I wanted to have a relaxing job, or what I thought would be a relaxing job. So I decided to go work on the beach. It actually turned out to be some of the hardest work I've ever done and some of the longest hours. But so it got to a point where I was like, I got to figure out what else I'm going to do. This is not working for me. And right about that time, we had had some, or Lee had had some issues with a former employee and needed a reliable person. So, and about, what is it, November 2015, something? Yeah, November 2nd, 2015, I came on board with Cutting Edge. At that point, basically everything that we did consisted of Texa. So I started out in the shipping department, was also doing tech support at the time. I've pretty much done every single role within the company thus far. And, we've been blessed to have tremendous growth and, open up more opportunities for us. The newest being the SP Tools, which was what we're here to represent today. So
that's awesome. That is one full background too. And I appreciate your service as well as everyone here. I'm going to speak for everyone here in the chat for that one. Thank you, man.
Of course.
So SP Tools, when they came along, is it one of those things where you were kind of looking for them to come this way, or did it just fall into your lap? What drew you to saying SP Tools is a cool enough and a functional, tool to bring here into the U.S. and actually make a decent company, quality, whatever you think about the company? What drew you to it?
Complete happenstance. Funny story. I was in Germany on my way to a meeting. I was at Automechanica, Frankfurt, on my way to a meeting with Texa, and I'm walking down the aisle, and this wrench, they had a set of wrenches sitting up on top of a toolbox on like a plastic shelf. And the quality of the wrench caught my eye. True story. Stopped me in my tracks. What stopped me was, from being a technician, from being a SnapOn dealer, you learn quality of tools. You learn quality of manufacturing. You learn to recognize that. So what actually stopped me was the fit and finish of the tool. I thought it was a SnapOn Flank Drive Plus wrench setting up on top of the box. So I stopped and thought that was odd, and went over into the booth to investigate and see what they were doing with SnapOn wrenches in a booth in Europe. That led to a conversation with the CEO of SP Tools. Fast forward a few months, we became the importers. They were very restrictive on who they wanted to have represent the United States. So they wanted representation here, but they hadn't found the right person.
So they were out and they were looking. They were just being choosy on where they were going to actually get their import into.
Exactly. And I just happened to talk to the right guy on the right day and said the right thing, I guess. I don't know, but a few months later, we became the importer of SP Tools, which drove my staff absolutely nuts because there was no plan. all I keep hearing from my guys is we need to slow down. We need to focus on these other things that we've got going on. We don't need anything else. And I said, that you're right. You're absolutely right. I go to Germany, I come back and say, oh, by the way, guys, we're going to import these SP tools.
And that's the glory of it, especially when something like that falls into your lap. That's just one of those awesome things. And your story about the wrench, and the happenstance of just being able to see it and it caught your eye that much. That was my first experience with SP. You guys had got a hold of me and asked me to just check out your tools, see what they were like and everything. And you guys sent me some of these wrenches in the first shipment to be able to check out. And I remember when I came back and I talked to Bill the first time, the very first thing I said, I said, I got the first shipment of everything. I haven't even looked through the rest of the shipment. I haven't opened up the box, but I had to call you guys about the wrenches because these wrenches are just absolutely amazing. And the price that you guys told me that it was for, I had to make sure that was actually what you were going to sell them for. I'm like, I don't know if this is the right thing for what I'm seeing in these wrenches. It's something that should be priced $100 more, at least in today's market. And you guys are like, no, that's what it is. These wrenches are no joke. They're the legit thing. And I did a couple of videos off of them, and they're killer. There's some really, really nice wrenches, especially the ratcheting ones. I know I gave some over to Captain Ron, and you got to try them out too, didn't you?
Yeah, I've tried them out too. They live in my toolbox at work, and honestly, I use those wrenches more than I use my Snap-on wrenches. I've got a set of Snap-ons, I've got a set of gear wrench, and I've got a set of your SP tool ratcheting wrenches with the 180-degree heads on them. I use your set of wrenches about 85% of the time, and the only other time I really go to my gear wrench ones is if I need a size that's bigger than 19, because I don't have any of the wrenches that are bigger than 19 except for in that set. So and when I first got my hands on them as well, I was like, I started messing with them. I was just playing around with them. I was like, man, these are really nice. And then he told me how much they were, and I was honestly surprised that they were as cheap as they were. And but the quality is not cheap by any means. So, and like I said, I started using them. I've been using them for a couple months now, and like I said, if I go to my wrench drawer, that's the ones I'm grabbing because I just love using them that much.
Exactly.
We really appreciate that. I mean, honestly and sincerely, not just Jesse and I, but the entire staff. I've got a great bunch of people that work for me. Jesse mentioned him being employee number one. Back in November of 15, we're at what, 23 now?
Yeah. 23.
So from November of 15 to now, we've got 23 people on staff. So we've grown a little bit, and almost everybody there brings a huge level of passion to what they do. So I'm sure they're grateful to hear that as well.
He shows that through and through, over and over. Being able to just contact with you guys and talking about how knowledgeable everything is. Talking to tech support with you guys carry all of your tech support local with Top Don and Texa. Everything is local there. I'm not talking to somebody in the Middle East who I can't speak 2 licks of English to. So that's always a great thing to be able to see and handle. It is really awesome. A couple of guys coming into chat here. Novitaz, JRC54. What's happening, buddy? Chaka, Mark Galantine. It's good seeing everybody coming into the chat. Rocking 52 people in here right now. And, speaking of kind of, working your way to the top, I really wanted to say thank you again to a lot of my subscribers who have helped me get to where I am at. We just hit 25,000 subscribers last week. How about them apples? 25K. And you know what? We're going to do some giveaways for you guys, saying thank you, coming back at you. So we're going to do a round of giveaways tonight. First of which, I think we're going to give us away. We've got from one of the companies who I have featured in previous times. Have been working with the Box Cleaners. We've got one of their little care packages. It's got a couple of microfiber cloths in here, some of the cleaning solutions, the spray, the wax. information, what you can get a hold of them. So yours to keep, and I'm going to ship this off to one lucky subscriber, as well as a Rustbelt mechanic. Let it focus here. A Rustbelt mechanic vinyl decal for you. I have these in red, orange, green, black, and I think there might be a blue one in there too, for the choice of that person. So if Vanna, aka the captain over here, would like to put up set up our little get together in our giveaway, can we go ahead and do that one? We're going to type in exclamation box cleaners to join in for this one. How long are we running this?
5 minutes, guys.
5 minutes. So we're going to do some chatting for 5 minutes. If you want to get in on this one, make sure you put in exclamation point box cleaners to enter into this giveaway. We're going to run it for 5 minutes here. Everybody in the chat has an equal opportunity to get in on this giveaway. There is no strings attached to it. If you haven't already, make sure you go and check out the Captain Ron. Subscribe to him and his channel. He is rocking it up on the way. Also, what are you hitting? 1,400 subs, something like that?
Let me check real quick. Right now, I currently sit at 1,433 subscribers.
Hell yeah. That is killing it, man.
Yeah, it
doing
is.
Awesome. And you've been doing some really good tool reviews too.
I mean,
get that one.
Yeah, I've got some. I got some more reviews coming up here in the future. My recent video was me talking with Baker, aka Noodles, about his Husky box, and that thing is freaking blown up. That's got over 10,000 views. That's like half my toolbox tour, which I'm really surprised by. So yeah, if you guys want to check out a Husky box that'll run you about $1,000 to $1,200, and it's actually not that bad of a box, go take a look over at my channel. I'm going to be doing some more review videos over some tools coming up here in the near future. I actually just got some in the other day, and I'll be doing a video over those sometime this week.
Awesome, man. Make sure when you guys are putting this in, you are not putting a space between the exclamation point and the box cleaners. It is just exclamation point, box cleaners, all one thing across. Otherwise, the computer bot will not pick up your entry onto that one. So coming up, Mick Bake in the chat too.
Speaking of Mick Bake,
there he is. There he is. What's up, buddy? Speaking of cool stuff, awesome stuff coming up, we're going to SEMA.
We are?
I am. They are.
I'm not.
We got to have somebody hold down the fort here to run things from the big old boss area. You got to be able to hold things up at the shop, right?
Baker's here.
So we're going to SEMA. SP Tools is going to have a booth there, and it is going to be a killer setup. Can we get any input on what you guys are going to be doing at your booth, guys?
So the biggest thing that we want to do is put our tools in customers' hands. At the end of the day, I think to really show the quality of the tools, we need to show the customers, what you saw when you saw the wrenches. So we're going to have some things set up where they can find out, how well the wrenches actually work, how well they grip, the fact that they don't slip. We're going to be showing off some of our new cordless stuff, which you've done some videos on. We're going to have some stuff set up to show how fast the RPMs are, fit, finish, quality, that kind of thing. Weight, where everyone's gone bigger, better, faster, more. We've gone to, max torque working weight, something that's much less fatiguing. And, ultimately what we want to do is put the tools in the customer's hands.
That is a really, really good thing to be able to, not just say that, yeah, we've got awesome tools, but to actually put them to use and be able to show the public, hey, we have some really awesome stuff here. Put it to use, check it out between, not only the fit, finish, how it works and everything, but a comparison in cost is another thing that my subscribers love to see and hear. Seeing that you guys have that fit, finish, quality, have the warranty and everything to go along with these tools. And on top of that, you guys are kicking them on price too. Dude, you can't beat it. Like, you really can't. Like, it's the trifecta there. I guess Chris M, who is another YouTuber here in the stream, he said he lives pretty close to you guys. He needs to come down and check some stuff out too. You know, if I lived like 30 minutes away from you guys, I'd be over there in the shop all the time.
Absolutely.
I think we need to take a road trip.
Road trip.
Yeah, because I was looking at your weather. It's a little chilly up there. I was sitting
Actually,
at the pool.
today it was awesome.
I was sitting at the pool with grandkids today, so
we're still sitting at the pool.
Still sitting at the pool.
That was true, wasn't it?
Correct. Anthony, right now it's SP Tools. You guys don't have an actual on-hand stuff. It's all online purchasing right now, and we've thrown a couple of the links into the into the chat here. If Captain Ron wants to throw that one up again, yep, right there. That's where you go to check out any and all of their tools. And don't forget, when you go on there, if you use code Rustbelt Mechanic or Rustbelt, you get 10% off tools on there. Make sure you grab that one.
Now, somebody in chat asked, do you guys have a YouTube channel yet, or you guys have any plans on doing a YouTube channel?
We do have a YouTube channel, and actually just uploaded a bunch of videos recently. I believe it's all under Cutting Edge, so it's going to be Cutting Edge Automotive Solutions.
Okay.
And all of the SP videos are going to be found there. We're going to, so after SEMA and the dust settles a little bit, one of the things that we're working on, touching on what Kyle mentioned, is displaying how well we stack up against the competition. And then, there's the value that goes along with that. So Jesse's looking at, we're looking at investing in some testing devices, which he can elaborate on a little bit more, that show actual torque, actual force, things like that. So when we're testing wrenches or impacts, whatever the case may be, you can actually see real world how we stack up against the competition, much like what Kyle's done with the impact recently. You have a 3/4 inch torque wrench you were using, Kyle?
Yeah, what we were actually torquing everything down with is that big SnapOn 3/4 inch torque wrench that we were putting that trailer hitch bolt down to 500 foot-pounds. Yeah,
so that's a measured value. You have 3 good products, and at the end of the day, it's here's a nut that's torqued down to 500 foot-pounds. How does each tool stack up?
That's really, really cool. Especially, if you guys haven't checked out already, I've been doing some comparison videos recently. Tools and Trash have asked, where are the majority of the tools made? So you guys are, mainly based out of Australia, but the tools are mostly made in Taiwan. Am I correct on that one?
Correct.
Correct.
So most of the core products, so chrome, impact sockets, things like that, it's going to be Taiwan. A lot of the internals for the power tools and the air tools are coming out of Japan.
Gotcha. So air tools are coming out of SP in Japan, and all your hand tools are at the higher quality plant there in Taiwan. That's a really good thing to hear. I'm liking that I'm not hearing China coming out of them. That's really nice hearing that quality coming there.
Yeah.
Hey, Kyle, your timer's up for your giveaway.
Timer's up. Guess what? We're doing a drawing for a giveaway. Let's hit us with a winner there, Captain.
Today's winner of the box cleaner set is going to be Mr. Ryan Boris.
Look at that one. Ryan Boris coming in for the win. Fun fact, Mr. Ryan Boris won the first giveaway that I ever did on this channel.
I thought he won one before.
He won one other giveaway before. I specifically remember this because he was the very first one to win on the channel. How about that? First winner, and he comes up as a winner on the 25K giveaway. Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan, if you're here, you need to make sure you message us over on Rustbelt's Instagram or email him at the Rustbelt Mechanic rustbelt@gmail.com.
Also, let me know what color of Rustbelt Mechanic vinyl that you would like to receive with your package. I have green, red, orange, and black in the lineup here. So you have to let me know in that email also which one of those you would like. Sweet. So,
Real quick, are we gonna? Or do they need to? No, never mind. Never mind. He replied. I was like, do we need to wait for them to reply to make sure they're actually here, or what? And then he literally, as I'm saying that, he said something. He won the bottle opener. So
he's here. I've seen him in here. He's been talking and chatting. So you got to talking about the electric tools. We're going to do some more giveaways here too, guys. So make sure you stay tuned in for this one, but we're going to do a little bit more chatting too. You want to talk about some electric tools. You guys saw in my last video that I put out a hands-on tool review between a lot of the electric impacts on the market right now, showing you guys obviously that yes, everybody's got these big old banana hammock impacts on the market that can do 1,300 foot-pounds of impact torque, which is also a big old line of BS on that one. With that nut busting torque of breakaway, you guys really need to do some research if you believe that one. I don't think it's actually going to come to that one. Testing from here and a lot of other YouTube channels have shown that nut busting torque is only a working value of about 790 to 900 foot-pounds, right in there, depending on what kind of fastener you're working with. Now, I put to use the SP Tools mid-torque impact because I was wanting something a little bit different. I was tired of holding on to this big 8 pounds Milwaukee impact or the 8 pounds 10 ounces Snap-on impact. Being able to put a mid torque into my hands and having over 500 and some foot-pounds of torque to that mid torque impact, dude, that was awesome. So tell us a little bit about your electric tool line, specifically the 18 volts, since that's the one we did the video on.
Yeah. So the premise behind that was specifically to put a tool in a technician's hands that they're going to get more use out of, more practical use. We have the bigger, stronger impacts, but to use a golf adage, right? How often do you use your driver on the golf course?
Right?
All the time.
If you're Captain Ron, all the time. But that is a specialty case. He is a little bit on the special side. We don't give him for that one.
And I use mine far often than I could. So everybody's got this big bad driver, but it's the tool that you use the least. You're working your irons most of the time, and technicians are very similar. We're going to use a bigger, stronger impact for larger, bigger bolts, and we're going to use that less often. So the idea was you need a higher working torque and a smaller, lighter gun that's less fatiguing, that you can actually use all day long instead of pulling it out when you need to take, 1 or 2 bolts loose. That's the premise behind the 8113. And most of our line as well. Everything is designed with lightweight, easy to use, comfortable, but maximum working torque for those lighter applications.
Mm-hmm. And I put my hands onto this one, and it worked absolutely phenomenal. I loved the RPM and speed that this thing used. That was like the best thing ever for it. I thought that was really awesome how much RPMs that would actually be put into, working torque with this one. Yes, Tools and Trash, it is a brushless impact. I've got up on screen share here from their website. This is the tool that I actually put into use on that video. It is the set with the 2 4-amp-hour batteries coming in at $399.99. How is that for an awesome deal?
Aiden's asking if they make electronic ratchets, and if they do, I'm buying a set of them, and I will absolutely do a review on it, because
you've been aching for an electric ratchet.
I am aching for a 3/8 electric ratchet so bad. But if you guys do have one, or if you guys are going to be coming out with one, I will definitely be looking into getting those.
Sure.
We do. One of the things. So there's a few of the items that we're missing. If you look at SP Tools Australia site, the reason for that is SP does a lot of work with some of the larger tool companies, helps with the design and things like that. So we have to have a specially designed model for the USA version, so that we keep everything separated from the other companies.
Right.
We do have electric ratchets. We have, like Kyle was alluding to earlier, we have a higher torque version of the impact that you're looking at right now. That's going to compete with some of the ones from that video, the SnapOn high torque, and then also the Milwaukee one that you were showing in your video. So,
Everyday Fleet Tech asked here, as of right now, can you and will you sell individual wrenches instead of full sets if, for instance, things come up missing?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As well as the warranties. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, for sure.
That's awesome. Now, I know you guys, it's kind of hard to put these things into perspective, but, SP Tools coming into the US through you guys, this has only been like a year or less kind of process on this one?
Less than a year.
Less than a year.
Yeah, we received our first delivery in March or April, something like that. So,
right. So things are just coming into fruition. SP coming into the US is just one of those things that, it's going to be kind of a working process here on it. And the website has been one of those, learning, I guess, little curves that you guys have been working with, and it's been coming along. I love the new website, by the way. It's very user friendly. I've been loving that one a lot.
Awesome. Thank you. I'd like to touch on the ratchet thing just for one quick second. Anybody that's familiar with the old Mac flathead ratchet, it's a 3/8 and 1/4 inch that was manufactured by SP Air. That's the style of ratchet that we're actually bringing in cordless. They're in the process of making the molds and everything now. So this is something that you should see roll out probably Q1 next year. And it's going to have that thinner flathead design to be able, and a little bit longer. So it's going to give you that extra reach that you want out of an electric ratchet.
Now, are you going to allude onto anything of torque values on it?
No. I was told I was allowed to.
He's going to play that close to the chest is what he's going to
do. Right. Tools and Trash, I specifically have charged up the 4 amp hour battery, and you're looking at about a 30 to 35 minute charge time from a dead state of charge in a 4 amp hour battery with their charger. So pretty darn quick on that one, especially, when you've got a second battery, sitting there in the ranks ready to go, ready to rock for you. Everyday Fleet Tech did ask also, since you are selling those wrenches separately, how do you get a hold of you guys for those specialty orders that may not be listed on their website?
If you can you bring the website back up?
I sure can.
Wrenches. No, I know. There should be at the top,
contact.
Click on the contact. And either one of those phone numbers would be fine.
Gotcha.
If you call either one of those numbers, somebody from our team will reach out to you and get you exactly what you need.
Cool. So if you guys haven't checked it out, I've been kind of jumping back and forth here on the screen share tonight on the SP Tools USA website. Captain Ron's been throwing it up in the chat. Also, if you guys want direct links to it, it is www.sptoolsusa.com. However, do not just put in sptools.com, because you'll go to an Australian website and it may take a little bit for shipping, as well as a little bit of a cost difference there for you.
Just a little bit.
So I want to talk about some specialty tools, because you guys also have specialty tools also, which is one of the most, I think, impressive parts about SP is some of the tool companies that I have done a lot of work with over the last 6 to 8 months or so, Gear Wrench being one of them. I've done some more stuff with some other smaller companies. Their focus with their tool company is a very small amount, and your guys's comes out as a very broad spectrum, and that was one of the most impressive things that I've seen. What's one of your coolest, I guess, specialty items that you have, going up for sale? My specific favorite one that I've done a review on would have to be that super capacitor charger. That is a pretty freaking sweet tool. I'll bring that one up when I find it here. But what about your guys's?
Honestly, that's probably one of mine too. I have the other, I actually have several of the other chargers. The problem is it sits underneath the back seat of my truck until I need it, and the battery's always dead. And so where have I needed it? At the hunting camp, when the four-wheeler doesn't start. I need it, when my truck doesn't start. And you grab it, and I'm never somewhere where I can go plug my jump starter in to actually get enough juice to start my truck. So taking something that can work with that low voltage and build up to enough current to start a vehicle is awesome, in my opinion. That's one of the coolest things that we've come up with.
There we are. We got the live screen on here. That's that super capacitor jump pack. And if you guys don't understand the technology between that one, a lot of normal jump packs, they run lithium-ion batteries within them. If you let lithium-ion batteries sit for a long period of time, they're obviously going to bleed off their charge over that amount, and it's going to bleed off a whole bunch. So having one of these in your lineup, being able to kind of have that one sitting there, it's able to hook up to a battery that has 2 to 3 let's say volts of charge to it, up to 5. I was able to charge it up on 2 to 3. It says 5 on here, but it's able to charge the internal battery. And super capacitors, they're actually able to ingest and discharge the electricity a whole lot faster than lithium-ion batteries. So it can take that small amount of electricity that's still left in your battery, charge up its internal capacitor, and able to jumpstart a whole vehicle. That's a pretty awesome thing.
It's pretty impressive is what it is.
It is.
And
it's
I'm
very
surprised that you're here to be able to do this live stream tonight, since you killed your wife's car to prove that.
She didn't know that. Hopefully she's not watching, but I definitely did do that.
Wait a minute, which car?
Not the Charger or anything.
Probably would have.
Yeah,
could have done the Mini. Cool. Could have done the Mini. She never drives it.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna end up driving it more. I think it's time for another giveaway. What do you guys think? Giveaway time? Giveaway time?
What are we doing?
Next one. I have got a SnapOn drink tumbler kit. It is one of the ones that also you're able to put a can inside. This is brand new. I have not used it. It also has a different top here for if you want to put a can inside one of these. Giving away one of those, as well as another Rustbelt Mechanic little vinyl thing, color of your choice on top of that one. Captain Ron, what's the giveaway term on this one going to be?
This one is going to be !SnapOn.
Exclamation SnapOn. Put that one into the comments here to get entered into that one. We're running that one for 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes long. So make sure you guys get in on that one. Exclamation SnapOn. I know you guys don't like to hear that name on the channel, but we're just giving that one away for now.
No.
Where's them SP tool giveaways, Kyle?
He kept them all himself, I'm thinking.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, they work. I can't. I'm going to give away good tools. From my past and my growing up, my dad was very, very, I guess, selective about his tools. He kept them very nice, neat in a toolbox. He even took the time to inscribe his initials on every single one of his tools, because back in like the 80s, people come up with sticky fingers and those tools disappear really fast. So they come through and he would inscribe his name on all these. And I don't think I ever in all the years saw him sell or give away a single one of his tools. Never. We had so many garage sales throughout my, childhood and everything. Never saw him sell a single tool. So it's hard for me. It's one of those things where I can't bring myself to. It's hard to give away tools. I'm like, I like them. It's shiny. They're mine. I don't know. Can't help it.
Jesse, will tell you the thing about me. I mean, I still have all my Snap-on stuff. And it's funny you said that about the engraving. Every tool in my box has my initials engraved in it, and the engraver is still in the bottom right drawer to this day.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like Kyle said. I mean, back then, people have sticky fingers. It's just as bad now, if not worse.
That's true.
Especially when you got high end tools like that. I mean, things will walk off. I've had stuff walk off on me.
Yeah, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. We'll tell you some SP replacements. Not a problem.
Sweet.
Just a reminder to people in the chat, if you guys are wanting in on the giveaway, do not put any spaces or dashes or anything like that. It's just exclamation point SNAPON.
Sweet.
And you got 2 minutes left on that.
Sweet. All right. How about you, Ron? If you were going to let's talk tool storage. All right, let's go into some tool storage amount. I know we love our Snap-on boxes. They're great Snap-on boxes. And I had a couple of questions from, people who have put in questions ahead of time when I put this link over into Instagram before. But talking storage for tools, what kind of lineup do you guys have? We'll go through that one first.
As far as tool storage goes?
Yeah, tool storage, boxes.
Yep. So we have several different lines of tool storage, from the Tech series all the way through Sumo. So Sumo would be our bigger, stronger, heavier gauge steel design boxes. Again, there's a thought process that goes into that. Much like the power tools, where we're actually going after lighter weight, high working torque in power tools. In tool storage, we've done a lot of surveys. On average, technicians are keeping their boxes about 5 to 7 years, and then upgrading, getting something different. So where Snap-on makes an absolutely fantastic box, are you pointing to Kyle?
What? Don't get me thin on this one. I'm not in the middle.
So, and it's funny because when I sat through that, I was talking to Tom from SP Tools, and I sat through that, and the first thing in my mind was, that's BS. And then I actually started thinking back about my buying history of boxes throughout my career, and about every 5 to 7 years, I was getting a new box. So our boxes, where a Snap-on KRL series box is designed to last a lifetime, what we're designing our boxes to do is to get that technician through that 5 to 7 years until he's going to upgrade or go into something else.
And I'm sure the price point also, reflects that. You're not sitting at a $20,000 box like the Snap-on would be also.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I've got a KRL 1023 with a with the riser.
Mm-hmm.
That box, retail on that box is probably 17 grand. Our Sumo with a riser is in that $8,000 range. So it's about half the money. Still a great box. It's still solid, but it's about half the money.
And I do respect that one. There are certain points of the market. Not everybody, like what I said for like the impact video, not everybody has to have the biggest, baddest, heaviest box, in the whole market. That's not what everybody's about. There's a whole line of other people, that are wanting different things along that whole line. So it's good to give them a price point difference to be able to choose for what they're looking for.
And one of our big focuses, and you and I have talked about this a lot, one of our big focuses as a company is the new breed of technician that's coming into this. And that, that young student can't afford that $15,000, $20,000 toolbox. We want to get him something that looks good, that feels good, that's going to fit his needs, that he can grow into as he goes. And a lot of our boxes are designed for multiple applications. So the Tech Series was designed with marine and motorcycle technicians in mind because of shop space and things like that. Where when you get into the Sumo, it's bigger, it's more automotive driven and that kind of thing. So there's a whole thought process to our boxes.
Awesome. So about that time, Ron, did the timer go off?
Yep. Timer's ready.
Timer is ready. We want to do a giveaway winner, and it is
winner of the SnapOn Cup is Alex Levesque.
Alex Levesque.
Hey, we don't know that guy. We don't have to do shipping for that one.
I know that guy. How about that? Congratulations, Alex. He is a newer student. He is in the just out of the fire science program locally here. Somebody that we know. So congratulations on that one, Alex. Thank you for being an awesome subscriber to the channel. So I did want to ask you, because some of the guys that did ask me a couple of questions, and they did relate to your tool storage. One of those questions was, why do you guys, as well as many other manufacturers in the, I guess, not the Harbor Freight style boxes, why are not the dampening drawers introduced into these technician boxes? I know you've talked to me before about that, but I wanted to hear, it on live stream, what everybody talked about for that.
And so you mean like the
dampening drawer, the soft close drawers? Yeah.
So part of that is weight. So when you're dealing with, a drawer, double slide drawer is going to hold what, 220 pounds. It's getting the soft close drawer slides that are actually going to handle that weight consistently over time and not fail. That's probably the biggest reason. Having said that, we can pretty much customize our boxes with any type of slides that a customer would want. So if the market demands that, we can swap the slides without an issue. But that's why we run it on our own.
I gotcha. I understand. That makes more sense. A lot of the lower line boxes, they do have those, and I can see more failure points to more working parts, one of those kind of things. It's cool to see, the warranty be able to follow to that one.
It's just like Baker's box, the one I did a review over. That Husky box has got those dampening drawers. So, I mean, you get one of those boxes, but like you said, you put a lot of weight in them, they start getting, weighted down. Those are going to fail, and then he's going to have to get those replaced or live with it at some point. So,
right.
Exactly. So let's talk about some future goals for you guys. I know, like we told all the viewers here earlier, that SP Tools USA is kind of in its infancy state here in the States, but is not in its infancy state across the globe. As far as the US market coming through here, where do you guys see the company rolling on to in capabilities? Where you guys want to be spread across the US over here over the next, we'll say, year to 5 years?
Obviously, we're going to put a strong emphasis in the Southeast, working as a radius from the home office. But we're also looking at East Coast, Midwest, Ohio specifically, West California. Ultimately, long term, the idea is to change the game and how technicians get their professional quality tools. without going into too much detail, the idea is to better serve the customers now. So we want to take everything that works from mobile tool distribution, and keep that and get rid of all of the inefficiencies that go along with that business model. And there's a lot from being a mobile tool dealer. I'm aware of what those inefficiencies are. I also know from a company perspective, from being a company employee of Snap-on's, I know what the limitations are for Snap-on when you're dealing with some of the franchise agreements that come into play. So when I look at my experience as a shop owner and I see how well the parts industry services the shops, they way out service mobile tool distribution 10-1 every day. Anywhere, doesn't matter how good your dealer is, there's only one of them, and there's a limitation to how much service he can provide in his area. Our idea is to take everything. The problem with the parts companies is they have absolutely no experience in tools and equipment. So the idea is to take those two businesses and merge them together, where you're getting the customers more service, more deliveries more often. You have a brick and mortar location followed by an outside sales guy, very similar to what the parts houses have. So that would be your relationship person or your person on the truck, if you will. But they would be carrying a smaller inventory serviced by a brick and mortar location that can carry a much larger inventory so that you don't have to wait a week for that 10-millimeter socket. Or if you don't have the greatest tool dealer in the world and he hasn't paid his bill, you can still get your tools warranted without having to wait a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever the case may be. So that's the idea.
That sounds like a pretty cool plan.
That is.
Yeah, you imagine getting rid of all those individual, dealers that have to pay royalty fees into it, having all those individual locations. Yeah, man, that's got to tie things down so much for that company, and being able to start off from the ground where you are at. I know we talked a lot a while back on, just the sheer size of companies like Mac and Snap-on, that the idea of how they run business, they're not able to change with the times, and they're not able to change pretty much of anything very fast at all. But that's what the exciting point of a company that's your size is able to change with the market as people are looking for that. So I know we had a couple of people asking here. I don't know if you guys know or not, the batteries that are on the inductive charging lights. Do you know what about battery styles those are? If they were 1860-50s in those?
Honestly, off the top of my head, I don't. I can get you an answer if you want to reach back out to him.
Okay. I can get back a hold with him. I know who was asking there. We can look into that one. But like I was saying, some of the availability of your company to be able to take input from their customers, the people who are testing out their tools, and be able to make changes to them, and not take 4 years or 5-6 years to be able to make changes to tools and lineups. How awesome is that, guys? Like, that's pretty sweet to be able to do. And I know you guys take a lot of input from your customers, don't you?
Always.
Yeah, that's really cool to be able to have that kind of input on a tool brand that, we're just getting at the ground level starting here in the US. Having this tool line here, I think it's really cool to see them just start out into, this thing. And if you guys haven't already, Captain Ron put it into the lineup here, the website link to it. You guys can go over and check out their entire tool line. You'd be pretty impressed at exactly what they have. If you're one of those light junkies like I am, they got lights for days. They got lights and lights and more lights, and you can never have enough lights, especially when you're in a damp, dark old shop like we've got here and there.
Maybe I need to go look at their website and see what kind of lights they got. I'm in the market for one of those too.
Now, your problem is you don't like the lights so much. You'd hate lights because you try to throw them away and leave them in customers' cars all the time.
No. What it is I have a tendency to put them on the underside of vehicles and then forget that they're there. That's my problem. One of the people in the chat did ask, do you guys? I mean, obviously, you guys probably ship internationally as well, correct?
Yes, as
Okay.
long as there's not an existing SP distributor that
Okay.
covers the areas. So there's two in Europe. One covers kind of like the Nordic area, and one covers the rest of Europe. You've got Australia, Japan, but pretty much anything over here, North America, South America, we're good.
Okay. Yeah. One of the people asked specifically was somebody from Canada. So
Yes.
yeah, they just wanted to make sure, see if you guys actually shipped up there. So
Tools
Yeah.
and Trash also asked, as far as your 18-volt battery line, do you offer anything larger or smaller than the 4 amp hour? And I know for a fact you guys have the 5 amp hour batteries. Do you sell a 3 amp hour battery also?
Yes.
Yes, there is a 3 amp hour battery. So something even lighter than the impact that I got to testing.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome.
And that impact, by the way, touching on what you said about us listening to the customer, as much as Tom and everybody in Australia would love to take credit for that, ultimately it was the customer base that came to us and said, we'd like to have a high working torque, lightweight impact that we could use more often during the day. That's how that came to life, was because a customer said, hey, this is really what would work better for us. So we set about designing it.
And I can't say enough about that mid-torque impact. I'm excited to get to test out the big half-inch one when it comes out, just to give an apples to apples kind of comparison to the two. But I really wanted to portray in that video showing that you guys don't always need the biggest, baddest impacts on the market to be able to get the job done and what you need to. Save yourself some money, save yourself some arm ache on top of that working during the day.
yeah.
Use a tool that is, I guess, better fit for the job. And I tested quite a few different midline impacts. I tested out the Milwaukee one, which I still kind of want to do a video between the Milwaukee mid torque and the SP mid torque. And we also threw in Mick Bake's got one of those rigid octane impacts. And I ended up putting just the SP one into the video, not because I, just like you guys so much, but because it outperformed those other two impacts. And if I put like 6 impacts into a video, the video was already like 30 minutes long. And, I'm not that exciting. I don't want to drag out you guys listen to my voice for that long in a video.
I tell you that the day he got that SP impact in, and he was like, "Hey, take a look at this," and I had already been over at my bay working, and I had my big Milwaukee half-inch impact in my hand, which like he said a minute ago, was like 8 pounds worth of impact, and he was like, "Here, grab this," and I was like, "Uh." Like it threw me off balance on how much lighter it was compared to what I had in my arm or had in my hand already and had been using for the past 5 or 6 minutes, and it was a huge surprise. And then he was like, "Go ahead and try it," and it worked just as well as my Milwaukee did, and I was really impressed by it.
That is pretty awesome, I'd have to say so. So one of the other things that I did kind of want to bring up in chat, because we are coming up on this time of the year again. I've been talking quite a bit here in the last live streams and such about the Rustbelt Mechanic Scholarship Fund. If you guys don't know already, I'm a big proponent to getting new technicians started into the field, getting them pushed in and helping them to make the right first steps into the field. So one of the local community tech colleges that I went to, they've got some really awesome people there, and I wanted to be able to give back to that college. So I started a GoFundMe account and a scholarship fund for that school. It's Sinclair Community College, located in Dayton, Ohio. And I know Jesse and I were actually able to go there and speak to some of the students a couple weeks back. If you go and check out my Instagram account as well as SB Tools USA's Instagram account, we were there able to talk tools with those new students. So if you guys have any kind of donations or anything to the chat, I know some people put some in earlier, but I would say please put them towards the Rustbelt Mechanic Scholarship Fund. They will be going towards 1 or 2 lucky students there who have the best GPA for the automotive program. here probably at the end of the December timeframe, which is the end of the first semester, just to kind of weed out some of those first quarter guys who really don't care that much about the whole tool program and the automotive stuff. So we wanted to get the good ones in there. So make sure you guys go and check that one out. I will put it into the chat again so you guys can check that one out. Every single dime is going to go to that one. So far, we have raised $1,018 on that scholarship fund, and I can't thank you guys enough for being able to donate to that cause. I appreciate that one. So I think we're going to get to the last giveaway of the night. How's that one sound?
Sounds good to me.
And for this giveaway, we are going to give away an SP tool. I will, in good faith of this, because you guys have got me in the giving away mood here. We're going to give away some SP tools. We're going to give away this screwdriver set from my own personal collection, but I didn't have a picture of it to show. I have pulled it up here onto the screen. We're going to be giving away this screwdriver set.
It's literally upstairs.
I know, but I don't want to have to get out of this one, Yep. So we are going to be giving this one away. You better make that one, Ron.
Matco?
Hey, now. Should we strangle him on stream? I bet you we'd get a lot of views.
You probably would. All right, guys, you guys want entered in for this SP2 ! SP Tools is going to be your command to get entered, and you got 5 minutes.
SP Tools, ! SP Tools. You're going to be getting this premium 12-piece screwdriver set, Phillips and flathead. I really like the ergonomic feature of this one. The handle reminds me a lot of Matco-esque, but it fits my hands a lot more, and I like the ribbing on it. It grips a whole lot better. My personal one, I love it here at home, but I'm going to give up a tool. For you guys, I'm going to give up a tool. So,
are those magnetic tip? Or are they just coated?
No, they are not. They're just hardened.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yep, they are just hardened. This is what you get here.
Can't read it.
Can't read that one?
No. Just read it off.
4 slotted screwdrivers, 3 by 75, 5.5 by 100, 6.5 by 38, 6.5 by 100. So it looks like you're getting 6 Phillips, 6 flat slotted whole screwdriver set. You guys can see up here in this area, you are able to put on what would be an 8mm wrench onto these larger screwdrivers. The smaller ones are the smaller handles to fit the more dainty of hands, like McBakes.
Oh, ow.
Uh-huh.
Can't kick a short guy that, while he's down.
Well, he's already that far down anyways.
Hey, Kyle, did Jesse tell you the first SP tool that you gave away on the channel, that stubby impact? The guy that won it was one of our beta testers at the GM dealership around the corner from us.
So I know he said that he was very close to you guys, but I didn't know he was a beta tester for you guys also.
Yeah, he's also one of my former customers when I was on the SnapOn truck.
Really?
Funny.
Yeah, sure was. His name's Robert. Super good guy. So Jesse went over there and did literally, instead of having to ship it, we just drove over there and did the giveaway.
That is really awesome. The fact that the subscriber base here is spread all the way across, but we've got subscribers all the way over in Australia. Aiden's in Australia, who's in here. We've got quite a few people up in the Canadian land, a couple of people from Mexico that I talk to quite often, and we've got people all over the U.S. And the guy who won that last one, the half-inch impact, he was like 3 miles from where you guys are at. Really, that's the coincidence of that one is pretty freaking cool.
So for your customers south of the border and just in general, even here in the U.S., we have bilingual support as well.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
For tech support and sales, we have bilingual support if anybody needs it.
So as far as support system, where you guys are at, what is that one covering? Just warranty support with tools? Is that covering the support group for Texa, all your other scan tools? What's that?
Pretty much all of it. So obviously, there's a with the diagnostic piece of our business, there's a lot of support required there. What we do that's a little bit different is we go above and beyond. So we're moving way past does the tool work to actually help people diagnose and fix vehicles. That's a challenge because we do that in multiple different environments. So we do heavy truck, heavy diesel. So anything, true medium diesel up through class 8, class 9. We do power sports, we do marine, and then we also do automotive as well. So to actually run tech support for all of those different environments, helping people fix problems is an issue. So it's much easier when they say, oh, something's broke, you just need something replaced. They love those phone calls. It's much easier.
That's pretty awesome, especially to give you guys a little bit of a break, not having to weed through all of those phone calls all the time. I'm pretty sure Jesse appreciates having a good tech support team behind him.
Definitely helps.
Aiden's trying to get me to buy a 3/8 ratchet off him. He keeps sending me pictures of it.
JRC's bringing up a good point here. Before we do the giveaway, we are going to be introducing on our next Toolheads crate, which starts here today, the next Toolheads crate, which is the monthly subscription crate service with Captain Ron, myself, and JRC54. It's our monthly subscription crate service that's going to have tools, coupon codes, feature all kinds of new companies, as well as we've featured SP tools in our previous crates here also. Maybe looking at some of them here in the next future. This next month, the Golden Wrench winner is going to be winning a set of carbide bits, both for aluminum and steel. Those are valued at $150 a piece, so $300 value is going to be going to one lucky Golden Wrench winner in those crates. If you guys haven't checked it out already, make sure you check out toolheadscrate.com. I will put that one. I can't even type. Captain Ron, you put it in there.
I got it.
Don't go there.
Yeah, don't go to that website.
Don't go there. But make sure you guys go and check that one out. We are going to be fulfilling orders every month. They ship out on the 15th of each and every month, $35.99 a month, plus exact shipping. So we're not making money, extra cash on the shipping. It's going, exactly to the shipping. So now we got a winner ready for this giveaway, right?
Yep.
Winner, chicken dinner. Who's it going to be?
The winner is we're not picking this person. He doesn't win.
What?
JRC54.
What? What?
Reroll.
JRC54 won the giveaway. The guy with the biggest, baddest Snap-on toolbox
He's
in the land.
He's got enough screwdrivers. He doesn't need any more.
He entered fair and square.
Jim said, I could tell I won by looking at Ron's eyes.
Jim won. He's going to get a chance to check out the SP Tools screwdrivers, which I know he doesn't have, so it may be a good chance for him to get another review video in for some awesome subscribers. So
I won't lie. I actually entered the giveaway hoping my name would come up.
I see how that one is.
I'd re-roll it, though. I'd re-roll it.
That is funny. Well, I appreciate that one. But you know what? He's not getting a Rustbelt Mechanic sticker. Let's do one last giveaway just for a Rustbelt Mechanic.
Yeah, he's got his own sticker.
And he can't win that one. So let's do exclamation Rustbelt.
Already
run that one for a couple of minutes.
Yep.
So if you want to get in for a vinyl of your own, exclamation point Rustbelt, put that one into the chat, and you guys will get your chance at winning Rustbelt Mechanic vinyl coming your way. Thank you very much again for being a subscriber to the channel. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, which I hope everybody in here tonight has. Make sure you do that one, as well as subscribing to Mr. Captain Ron, helping out on the channel over here.
And
Thank
also make sure you guys subscribe to these guys down here at Cutting Edge Automotive Solutions. That is their YouTube channel. So make sure you guys go find them, give them a like, give them a subscribe, and watch some of their videos.
I just put their link in the chat also, so you guys can go ahead and check them out.
So I got a question for these guys.
Let's hear it.
Right here. You guys do a lot with tools and toolboxes and stuff like that.
Mhm.
What do you guys like doing on your free time?
I don't have any.
Yeah, I was about to say, one free time.
So well, imagine you had a free Saturday. What would you want to do? Like a whole day, 24 hours.
I'm generally, it depends on the season. So if it's summertime, I'm on the boat. And if it's wintertime, I'm hunting.
There we go. Got a hunt.
I have done tech support from the side of a tree. No exaggeration.
It's like, you got to do, hang on.
No, I used to take a laptop with me, and I had a little tray set up on my climber, and I would sit there and I would do emails and do tech support, waiting for something to come through.
I won't lie, that's pretty awesome.
That is pretty sweet. What about you, Jesse? Got here some free time.
I like to be on the water. I just got a jet ski right before this summer started, so that's been fun. Other than that, I don't know, just kind of relax, and I like to watch football. That's what we were doing right before we got on this live stream.
Foosball.
Yeah, foosball stuff.
We're just not going to mention the teams that we like because
I was just thinking that. I don't know if you want haters or fans, so you might want to steer clear from saying who your team is.
Yeah, we're not going to specify, but you live in Alabama, so you can kind of put 2 and 2 together.
Sweet home Alabama, where you actually have your swimming pools open all year round.
That's right. It at least at that 81 degrees today it was anyway.
I wish we could have that weather all the way around.
Our pool's been closed for like what, 2 weeks now? 3 weeks?
Yeah, we've had it closed for almost going on a month right now. Wish we had some more time for that kind of stuff, but going into wintertime here, we've got all kinds of new opportunities now to, do some playing in the snow. That 4-letter word I absolutely hate saying anyways, but it does give me more of a chance and more time to do fun live streams and stuff. So if you guys didn't know already, we kind of put a new name to the chat tonight, Tech Talk Live with Rustbelt. I think we're going to be doing this one more of a regular thing between Ron and myself. We're going to be hopping back and forth between our channels. So if you like this content and what we've been putting out for you guys here the last couple of weeks, it's going to keep on continuing all the way through the fall and winter months. We're going to be able to put this thing live to you guys each week, bouncing back and forth. Next week will be on the Captain Ron, or if you're looking it up, you need to put the link in there also. It's going to be the Master Apprentice channel.
Yep, I'll go find that link real quick.
Sweet. Montana says he dropped to minus 55 degrees last winter. Ugh. Junk from work.
I was getting ready to say, I'm pretty sure Junk from work just called you out for complaining about how cold it was.
I'm still going to complain how cold it is. I am not a cold weather person. I hate cold weather. Anything below 40 degrees is not called for. It does not need. Yeah, I know I do. I really do. What's up, Hazel?
All right, another 15 seconds and we're ready to draw for your free Rustbelt Mechanic vinyl sticker.
Ooh,
so you got
vinyls.
You got like 5 seconds to put exclamation point Rustbelt. And time.
Do the winner. Let's see it. Who's it going to be?
Rolling the winner. The winner is going to be Wyatt Goes Live 21.
Wyatt Goes Live 21, thank you very much for getting in on this one. No, it's not a twanging guitar of JRC 54 coming to the winning circle this time. Wyatt Goes Live 21. You are in here, hopefully.
Yep, he just said something.
Okay, cool, man. Make sure you message me either over on Instagram or give me a shout over on my email address, therustbeltmechanic@gmail.com. Let me know which color vinyl you would want. We have green, orange, red, and black available. Let me know which one you're looking for, as well as the address of where I can ship everything to for you tonight. Well, guys, it has been a pleasure having you on this evening, being able to talk with the guys over at SP Tools, giving the subscribers a little bit more of an inside look into the whole tool group of SP Tools and seeing what they're all about. I'm sure there's going to be a whole lot more questions down the line from this one. So we are going to be able to answer anything you guys want down the line. If you guys leave more questions in the comments after the stream is closed, that is fine as well. I will try to field those as best I possibly can. For you guys, is there any other special way that you would want questions fielded to you for this kind of stuff?
Yeah, they can email support@ceasusa.com. And what that'll do, that goes into our ticketing system that we use for tech support, sales support. And then it'll be routed to the person that can best handle their question, and we'll get right back to them.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight, and thank you for Mr. Captain Ron running tech support in the background. Also, on top of that one, if you guys haven't already, make sure you go over and follow his channel also at The Master Apprentice. All righty, guys. Thank you for tuning in tonight, guys.
Nice.
I appreciate it. As always, you guys stay awesome.